yesterday I made a grave error. I recorded a Spotify episode, really scripted the thing, lots of attention in that. I recorded it and it went better than I could have ever expected. And now I'm editing it and I notice that my microphone is on, but that my camera didn't respond or didn't select the microphone as the audio input. So it's good. It's good video, it's good script. But it's a terrible, terrible sound. Why do I have the microphone then? Alright, I'm still gonna post it though, because we can wait for the perfect moment, but we can also take the moment and make it perfect. Much better. Okay, there's the camera. There I have to look, because otherwise it's gonna seem like I'm talking to a wall or not to you at all. And actually, I am talking to you. So, I switched around my desk, so I have a little bit more depth in the background. I am working on new approaches to this. This is going to be first Spotify episode. The rest is already on YouTube, but this is going to be the first Spotify episode. So if you're listening, you're a real one, because it's the first one. So in 10 years' time, we're going to look back, and this is going to be... oh, shit. You're just listening. I ticked over my phone because I'm still recording with my phone. So in 10 years, because that's probably how long it's going to take, this is going to be the first episode that you can look back on and you're going to be like, wow, all right, everything was cringe in the beginning. And that's cool. That's cool, because this is a step that you have to do. This is a step that you have to take in order to do something, in order to be good at something. By the way, if you're listening and you hear something in the background, I find myself a bit uncomfortable, and I find it uncomfortable to practice this. So what I did is I put up a nice fireplace for myself. So this is what we're going to be enjoying. Shall I put this... wait a second. Let me see if I can put this in the... I'll put it there. So we have a nice, crispy, warm wooden fire. But then you also know what's going on. And this stuff doesn't have any copyright, and I can't listen to my own voice for too long yet. So in 10 years, you're going to look back and you're going to be people that are either also want to start something, or they are very happy, or they listen to all the things that I bring out or whatever. And they're going to be like, okay, I want to start, but everything looks so polished and everything looks so good. He's already been doing this for 10 years. I wish I could start at that level, but I can't. What now? Maybe I shouldn't start. Well, if you're listening to this in 10 years, that's very weird. Sort of is as if time travel is real. But this is also to show that you don't start good immediately. You have to start in order to be good, and in order to become good. And this is my... I don't know what the word for it is, but this is the message to myself as well, that you don't have to be good to start. You have to start to eventually become good. And that's this. Enough about that. I have done more research for this one, and I've actually scripted a little bit. So I have my booklet here. And the thing that I found that really ties into this well, I've written it all down, because there's a couple topics that I want to cover in this episode. And that's that... So the funny thing is, now I'm like, oh, all right, that was a little pause. That was a break. Maybe I should stop recording and start recording again, because this is not going to be polished. But we just talked about the fact that it doesn't have to be polished because it's the first episode. So there is no better example than just going with the flow, and that happens to me too, because then I don't know what to say. I stutter and I stop, and then I get overwhelmed, like, oh shit, maybe I should start over. No, we're just gonna keep it rolling. Thank you for having the patience with me. It will come. It will come. It will come. Give me a second. One of the things that I wanted to cover is recently I've been obsessed by the idea of fun. Of fun. Because I'm doing this and I'm recording myself, I'm making the podcast. I actually already have 3 guests lined up. And I know I've been saying that I wanted to do this for a long time, and I wanted to do this for a long time. Then why did it take so long? Yabba, yabba, yabba. All fair and good in games. But I don't believe that you have to wait for the right moment, but there will be moments which are better than others. So I've just been practicing. I've been saying to people that I'm wanting to make podcasts, and I have had other things that I had to attend to in the meanwhile. And now everything seems to work out a little bit more. I have a bit more confidence. The time is right. I meet people. I actually have the that took me a long time, but I actually have the confidence to tell people that content creation is something that I do. And then they asked me, "Do you already make money with that?" And I was like, "I'm not there yet, but I'm making content, and I want to make podcasts." And at least when you start, you still have some sympathy of people. And it's nice because you can work. You don't have to exploit it, but you can exploit the sympathy a little bit. Because if I say I want to start, people tell me, or people expect me not to yet be that good. So I can only over deliver, which is nice. But I also have the sympathy like, hey, would you like to help me? Because if it fails, nobody's going to see it anyways, because I have no views anyways. So you can always portray the situation into something that is helpful for you and just shoot. That's an important thing. I had a conversation with a couple of people in the past week, and we were talking about hiring processes. And there's a fun thing that in hiring processes, you have 2 kinds of people. You have some people which apply or don't apply, and they have like 20 of the 20 check marks or 19 of the 20 check marks on the vacancy, and they apply and they're like, oh shit, but I don't have that one thing. I'm probably not going to get the job anyways. I shouldn't even apply. And the hiring manager that I spoke, she gets the resumes of the people that apply with 19 of the 20 things, and they're like, oh my god, this person is perfect, but they don't get that many. So it's probably that there's people that have 20 of the 20, but they feel like they're not good enough and they don't apply, or they go somewhere else. And then you have the other group, and those are people who have like 3 of the 20, but they just shoot. Full confidence, balls out, just shoot. And it's kind of a strategy for life. Because you can get into your head that you're not good enough yet. You can get into your head that it's not the right time to start. And that's kind of apparently the topic of this episode, that you're not good enough. I don't have the right lamps yet. And I don't have the right microphone cable yet because it doesn't align. And I have that silver thingy here on the back end of the microphone, and I don't like that. And I don't have the right microphone. And you can be anal about all those things. Or you can just start and actually do something. And that's what I'm trying to do. So that's going to be that's not the topic of the episode, but it's more what I want to give you. Shoot. Even if you're not convinced that you're good enough yet, just shoot, because you don't know. And the hiring manager that I spoke also said, some people that have 3 of the 20 checks still get an invite. And then it's just all how you present yourself, and they still land the job. Because being insecure won't get you anywhere. And of course, that's easier said than done. But you can doubt yourself and say you're not good enough yet and be all up in your head about it. But what about you don't do that? And what about you give other people, and this is gonna sound stupid, but how about you give other people the opportunity to tell you you are good enough or not good enough? And no, you should not put your self-worth in the opinions of others. But what is important to do is, you don't know. You might as well shoot. You might as well do it. You might as well see if you can get the job. And it's much more valuable to shoot and get the experience. And then if they tell you you're not good enough, you can always ask, okay, why not? What do I miss? And then improve upon that. And then the next time you're good enough. But getting in your head, which I did for months, before I started this. It's just, oh, I'm not good enough. I need to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. And it all stalls progress. Because if I just started, I could see, okay, people are not listening because my microphone is not good enough. Okay, what can we do? We can get the microphone. And people are not listening because, or not viewing because the lighting is bad. Okay, get the lights. And now I waited for months and saved up and planned and watched and researched and got the right lamps. And it's kind of a personality trait that I'm obsessive if I'm very interested in something. This is what you see now here. Um, but you can also just start. And that's something that I should do more. So, ta-da! I'm still not happy with how it is, but we're just going to start and shoot, and I hope you enjoy it. A thing that I've been thinking about is fun. I've had so much fun in the past couple of weeks. And how do I describe fun? I don't know, but I got this feeling. I just do things that really bring me joy. And I'm unapologetic about it. For instance, I love rock music. I don't know why, but I love rock music because it makes me feel energized. It makes me feel alive. So when I'm on a motorcycle and I'm crossing through the city, I feel alive and I enjoy it. And when I'm in the gym, I just feel I resonate with the text and I resonate with the rhythm and I fucking love it. And then I want to share that with other people and they're like, ew, rock music, what are you doing? And then sometimes I can get put down and like, oh shit, it's not it. And on the other hand, I'm like, well, I have earpods, don't I? I've headphones. They do not have to agree with my opinion, but life is mine. I can listen to this music and it sounds very feeble. It sounds like, oh, why are you getting insecure or why are you getting put down by such a small thing? And it's a very good question. I haven't been able to answer that yet. I think I'm always looking for approval of other people, but listening to rock music is something that I do for me. And by listening to that and by doing that for me, I got so much confidence. I got so much enjoyment and confidence in my life, and I could walk as if my dick was a meter long because I did it for me. And I did what I wanted to listen to, and I did what I wanted to do. And that feels so good, and that gave me so much fun. And it's the same as this. I do this and I have so much fun. And if I get one view, I get one view. If I get 100, I get 100. If I get 0, I get 0. But this is fun. Just be yourself and be yourself unapologetic. Unapologetic? Unapologetically. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. So don't apologize for being yourself because you're a cool fucking person. And the only person that you have to put up with is yourself. And if other people don't like it, find other people. There's plenty of other people here. So, what have I found fun? That listening to my own music, dressing, I wanted to wear more cargo pants, but I'm like, oh no, but I should look chic and I should look great and tailored but then I also figured out, fuck it. Like suit pants are not always as comfortable because I got an ass that is, I don't know, but all the muscle that I gain is not going to my arms or my chest, but all goes to my ass. I feel like Nicki Minaj sometimes, but I can't fit in any pants. So suit pants are not that comfortable, which is hard. If you have very strong legs, finding the right pants is a fucking pain in the ass, literally, or pain around the ass. And I was like, but why? I want to feel comfortable and I want to feel happy and I want to feel confident. So how about I just wear whatever the fuck I want to wear? Well, good. And I did. Yeah, well, good. And I did. And I'm making these things now. And now I lost the thread of what I wanted to say, but that's so good. We're practicing. I also enjoyed very much going to the gym again. Oh, by the way, what I also found fun is doing shit that's not good for me. Nicotine pouches, for instance. Everybody's like, blah, 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 blah. It's funny because I don't drink, I don't do drugs. I go to the gym, I watch my sleep, I watch my hydration even. I track everything. I'm very optimized. And then nobody says anything about that. And I see other people drinking and doing drugs and smoking, and nobody says anything of it. And then I get nicotine pouches, and out of the blue, everybody's a fucking doctor. What story? Sorry, Shannon. How about you mind your own fucking business and let me do what I want to enjoy? Because if you start getting healthy and if you start like eating better or going to sleep in time and hydrate more and you get more water in, and suddenly everybody's a doctor and everybody knows what they're doing. You don't. You smoke, you drink, you do drugs, you party. Fuck off. I don't need your opinion. I don't care. But that's maybe a little bit too harsh. I found a piece of content that I really want to talk to you about, and it was the question that Piers Morgan asked Chris Williamson. And he asked Chris Williamson, mental strength or physical strength? What do you think is more important? That's a very good question. Mental health, of mental strength or physical strength? What is more important? Understandably, you would go for physical strength. Understandably, you will go for mental strength because you need mental strength to go to the gym. But I agree with Chris Williamson, and he turned it around, and he was physical strength because mental strength is downstream from physical strength. And I wrote a little bit about it. So, physical strength first. It's hard to work on mental strength without knowing what strength actually is. Working on mental strength takes a lot of time because things that are going on in your life which require mental strength are on a much longer time scale. It's going to take days or weeks or months. If you don't know what strength is, how do you know what to strive for? How do you know what you have to portray as a character trait? Why I would go for physical strength first is, well, strength is being able to work through things that are not comfortable. Doing things that you don't want to do and still doing them. Physical strength you get from a short period, an hour of training, for instance, or half an hour of training, 2 hours. You do things shortly that you don't want to do and you do them anyways, and then you can put in your mental wallet the proof that you are who you say you are. You are strong because you've proven that you can do things that you didn't want to do. It's much easier to do that with 1 hour of training than 1 month of mental health persistence. Yes, I have I'm whatever said that I lost my girlfriend because she broke up with me, and that's gonna take me 6 months to get over, and I can't really shake it, and I don't know if I can get through. That's fine. But if you have to prove that you can get through a short thing, and you've proven that you have the strength, you can take that, put that sticker over the newer situation, and then apply the principles that you've learned on another field onto this. It's hard working through something hard. And for mental strength, the timeline is much slower, and sometimes you don't even recognize it as something that you need strength for. By doing something hard every day that you don't want to do, you build on that. You work on it. You work on the character traits of somebody strong. That which downstream you can put over the mental issues. So you can feel mentally strong if you have already proven that you can be physically strong. And why again do I say the physical strength comes first? Because it's easier. It's easier to put that over. And yes, they go hand in hand. You need mental strength to put you over the physical strength. But it's much easier to go for the physical strength and then prove to yourself that you also have the mental strength. And then eventually you are going to be the strongest person that you've ever been. What do you then do to gain that strength? Well, you take small actions on a shorter time scale, and you persist in them. Okay, a little bit of feedback for me that felt like a way too long dialogue about a subject. Why was that way? Because I didn't study it enough. Next time study it more, and then I'll be more fluid in the matter. So mental note to me for next episode. And now I that's how I try to learn. That's how I try to get better. And I'm gonna do that with you. So if it bothers you that I'm being transparent, you can always like pause it, let's do it another time, or fast forward. But we're doing this together. We're doing this together. So another thing. People want to find their passion, but you don't find it, you create it. You create it by getting good at something. And you get good at something by doing it. You get good at something by starting. By starting something, Jesus, I'm gonna do this again. People want to find their passion, but you don't find it. You create it. You create it by getting good at something. And you get good at something by starting something you suck at. And then you get good. And then you like it. And then people ask you, how do you find your passion? The answer is by starting when you sucked and not giving up. It's very hard to find your passion. And everybody, including me, is telling you that you need to find your passion. But what then? Well, I don't know. Find something you like. Find something you sort of like and get really good at it. And then eventually you're going to like it. And then eventually you're going to be so good at it. It's going to be your passion, or you enjoy it so much that people are going to be like, oh, this is your passion. How did you find it? It's the same thing. You don't really find your passion. You create it by working very hard at something. And again, you have to start. And you start when you suck. And that's, again, the trend of the episode, apparently. I don't know what is coming up. Well, nice. But you work on that. And that's the pursuit. And the pursuit is the most important part. It is not the pursuit of happiness, but it's the happiness of the pursuit. Having stuff isn't fun. Getting stuff is fun. You don't get self-esteem by a six-pack. You get self-esteem by being the person that goes to the gym every day and acquires a six-pack. Or not even a six-pack. But you get self-esteem by being the person that goes to the gym every day. You get self-esteem by being the person that works hard enough to be able to afford the Ferrari. And then you get it. And then your work is paid off. And then you have the thing. You don't get self-esteem by just having a Ferrari. Show me a trust fund kid and I'll show you somebody who's mentally tortured. And you're like, no, but money is nice. Yeah, getting stuff is nice. Having stuff, it's just having stuff. It's getting something that you haven't had before. It's doing something that you haven't done before. It's the growth. It's a happiness of the pursuit. It's not the pursuit of happiness. And everybody's focused on happiness. And I started the episode with, I am looking for fun. I'm looking for happiness. But it's the happiness of the pursuit. It's doing things and getting better that makes me happy. That makes me enjoy it. And a fun thing, I listened to Andrew Huberman about this. And in an episode with Chris Williamson, he said that the mind is made to release dopamine for doing things that are hard. The difficult things there is you have to do something hard in order for your brain to recognize that it's doing something that is going to improve your life, which is going to release dopamine. So you have to start without the dopamine, without the motivation, without the fact that you feel like you want to do it. And then you do it, and then you prove to your brain, this is something that's going to make me a better person. This is something that's going to improve my brain. And then it's like, this is good. We want to do more of this. I'm going to give you some dopamine. But you have to start first. So it's not about the happiness of it. It's not about the pursuit of happiness, because you're not going to be happy just pursuing happiness. It's the happiness of the pursuit. You have to pursue something else in order to be happy. Happiness is downstream from pursuing something that you really want. Jesus, that voice, man, puberty hitting me in the middle of the episode. All right, sure. I think my balls just dropped. Well, Maybe maybe TikTok or Instagram is gonna take that down. That's fine. Um, but another thing that I wanted to talk about, something that I see in my friends, I got successful friends. So I got friends who have creators who have millions of views, and I got entrepreneurs who have tens of thousands of euros per month. Everybody's like, I want to earn 10,000 a month. And then I look at them and they earn well over 10,000 euros a month. And they're not happy. It didn't fix their problems. So, a good question to ask yourself is look what you're aiming for. And what happens if you get there and you still have the same problems? What then? Then what do you do? Because you should aim to fix your problems if you have some. But it's not getting more things that is going to fix your problems. You have to fix your problems. And nothing that you get is going to solve them. So look what you're aiming for. And what happens if you get there and you still have the same problems? Think about it. Life is not what happens. Life, all the way around. Life is what happens while we are making other plans. To pee really bad. Okay, we're back. Life is what happens when we make other plans. Let's start again. Life is what happens while we are making other plans. Once I've gotten my degree, then I'll just have to pass these exams. Then I'll be better. I just gotta pay this off. I just have to get this house or this car. It's a very instrumental view of life. That everything is done in order to achieve the next thing. I'm in school and I'm focusing on like, okay, just graduate and then I'll be happy or done. Just pay off this debt or just wait until you can get this camera and then start. Which is funny, but you keep prolonging, you keep pushing forward the time that you start living. So life is what happens while we are making other plans. I really want to get a camera. It's a Sony FX30. And then I'll start making content. And then I don't have to write RGB light. So I have the camera and then I'm gonna get the RGB light and then I can make content. And the funny thing is, life is what happens when we are making other plans. I'm making the plans to start when I get the camera. But it's gonna take me a couple months for me to be able to afford the camera. And in the meanwhile, life happens. I still have the time to make content. I still have the time to live. I still have the time to get better and practice and write and script and listen to music and love and drink and eat and enjoy life. You don't need to wait until you have gotten this one thing in order to live, because you are living in the meanwhile. If this is what you keep doing, if you just keep postponing the time when you start to enjoy life, you're gonna be on your deathbed very soon in experience and realize that you didn't live at all. And that's a fear. Because the dream is not to get the thing. The dream is not to get the Ferrari. The dream is not to get the nice house. The dream is to live. The dream is not being depressed on a Sunday evening, dreading that you have to go to a job you hate the next morning. The dream is not feeling bad about your whole existence. The dream is waking up with excitement to build something amazing. The dream is to feel excited about your life. You don't need to be chasing all these objects. Being excited about your life is all you need. Being excited to build a better relationship. Being excited to build the product that you want to build. Being excited to build the person that you are about to become, or that you're becoming. It is good to strive for these objects because they're fun, instrumental things and toys. And who doesn't love toys? But having and attaining toys is not the meaning of your life. The funny thing is, we keep distracting ourselves with the fact that life has meaning. We're in a universe that is so big and so old that our lives are so minuscule that it is necessary for our brain to make up stories to keep us distracted from this fact. And that's not to get you depressed, but that is something to give you a little bit of a reality check. Your life means so little in the universe. All our lives mean little in the sense of the whole universe. But our lives mean a lot to each other. Make it the best you can. It's a fine line I'm gonna try to walk here. But since it doesn't matter anyways, why would you be upset about opinions of people? If your life is not gonna push the needle of the universe forward, why not try to enjoy every moment that you're here? No hedonism, no drugs, don't do stupid things, but make the best out of it. And don't really live your life with regrets. And now, again, no hedonism, don't abuse drugs or people, or definitely something that I don't want to push. But it is a reality check. Like, if you hate the job that you're going to, find something else. If you're not happy about the people that you have around you, find other people. If you're not excited about your life, find something to be excited about. Read a book that makes you happy. Do something that makes you happy. Create. See if you can make an impact in somebody's lives in a good way. In a good way. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. But it's cool if you have some impact in people's lives. That's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to have an impact in your life. I'm trying to make you feel seen and heard. And I also want to be seen and heard. Super egotistical, all this. Just egotistical fuckery. But, and it's all cringe, huh? The things that I do, it's all cringe. But the funny thing is, it's only cringe because it doesn't work yet. It's not cringe anymore if it works. So, I saw this video of Richie Daddy Wellness, and is his Instagram handle. It's not the name that I gave him. And he said, well, he's millions of followers and he makes a shit ton of money with it, and he takes it super seriously. And then he came to a school reunion and people were, oh, you're doing social media, so you're kind of unemployed and just do fun things. First and foremost, it's quite hard work. There's a lot of time that goes into scripting, recording, editing, podcasting, planning, etc. And I'm still doing it like pro bono, not really seriously yet, but there's a lot of time in there. But he does something that he loves, and he gets very successful with it. And then still people ridicule him for doing something that he likes, which is not the ordinary job, which says something about the mindset of normal people, the NPCs under us. Don't listen to that, because he has the life that he wants. He has the life that he created. I think, at least it's what I see on Instagram. I don't know the ins and outs, but he works towards something, and people ridicule him, but I respect and admire him for doing something that he wants to do every single day. He's one of the only ones that has figured it out. He plays golf, he creates content, he makes people happy, and he himself seems to be very happy. And other people don't get it? Fuck it. Because other people don't have to get it. If he lives the life that he wants to live, he does. And he will. And he should. And if I live the life I want to live, and it works for me, then I should. And then the opinions of others don't really matter. Because the opinions of others are opinions of people that are not content about the place that they're in, but they don't have the balls to be able to resist the criticisms of cringe that you get. Because it is cringe, and people do ridicule you. Until it works. And until you get better, and then people are like, oh fuck, it works. And then they get jealous, which is, they won't tell you they changed your mind. If they won't tell you that they changed their mind. They won't tell you that they were wrong. It's an old saying. It's super easy to fool people. It's not easy at all to convince people that they have been fooled. They won't go back on their word, but they'll know. You just have to be able to accept the fact that they are not able to tell you. But make a life that works for you. And you do that by finding your passion. You find your passion by starting. And then get good at something. And then listen back to the other parts of the episode. Do I have other things to do? Yeah. I have other things that I wanted to say. I hate the school system. And I hate it because they teach you to be afraid of failure. What I'm doing now is risking failure. And it's fine if I fail, because it makes me be able to build a life that I want. Out of the years that I've had in business, which is not a lot, I'm still very young and I don't have that much experience, but I have a lot of entrepreneurs around me. Failure is great, because in failure you see where you can improve. And in failure you see where you can grow. And risking failure is something that is necessary to be able to reach greatness. So I hate that our system is made for being afraid of failing, because it keeps so many people back. And I would like to entice you to not be one of the people that is held back by failure. It's fine if you fall on your face, scratch your chin or your elbow. I fall on my face every day. I do something stupid almost every day. If this is cringe and you don't like this, that's me falling on my face. And that's fine, because I'm not afraid. Oh no, I almost got fire. And that's fine, because I do not care about the failure. Because in order to be good at what I want to be good at, in order to do what I want to do, I'm going to have to risk some people not liking what I make. And it doesn't matter. In order to start a business, I have to risk going bankrupt. I have to risk bad financial choices. There's a lot of risk involved. And all of them are risks of failure. But you won't get better if you don't risk failure. All the people that you admired have failed. All the people you admire have risked failure. And they all failed. And they all stood up again. And yet you're too scared to fail to do something that you really want to do. To take the next step. You're too afraid of opinions of people that don't matter to do something that you want to do. To take the next step. Oh, my hand is out of focus. Hush, hush. You have to risk failure in order to be able to achieve greatness. This is me failing. This is not going to get many views. This is me failing. But there will be a time that it works. And then I've risked failure and I've had failure. And eventually it works. It's only cringe until it works. that's the happy message that I'm gonna stop this one with. Maybe a lot of ranting. I'm still practicing. And like for me, the ranting resonates a little bit with the frustration that I have in my life at the moment. Because I want to get better at something and I want to find my passion, but I don't know how to fucking find my passion. And I don't know how to get better at this. And I can only get better at this if I do it more. And I can only do it more if I risk failure. And they all tie into each other. And it's not about the pursuit of happiness, it's about the happiness of the pursuit. But in order to be pursuing something, you also have to risk failure, and you have to risk being cringe, and you have to risk being a fucking idiot and looking like a fool. And all of it is necessary to achieve the things that I want to achieve. And the same counts for you. And it is difficult, but we're still gonna do it. And the main thing that I want to give to you as a positive thing is we are here to experience. We are here to have an impact. And maybe not everybody can have impact on a grand scale. It's 1 in a billion. But you can have an impact on the people around you, on the daily lives. You can make somebody's day better. You can make your day better. You can become better. And it's very important to realize that although you can get better, that does not mean that you are not already good enough. Because I know I can get so much better, but I refuse to tell myself that I'm not good enough yet. Because it's a paradox that is necessary for improvement without depression. I can get so much better, but I'm also already good enough. And my life can get so much better, but it's also already good enough. I have a roof over my head. I breathe. I'm not ill, not sick, not injured. I'm extremely privileged. And probably in most ways you are too. And we have health and prosperity. Doesn't mean that I don't want more. Doesn't mean that I don't think it can get even better. It can. And I'm striving toward that. And in order to do that, I have to reach failure. And in order to, it's risk. That's it. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Next time. See you next time. I really appreciate it. By the way, I really appreciate that you listened.